Hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jhona. This is Jhona OhEmGee. Today I'll be reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 10. Okay, let's go ahead and get right on into it. So the ladies are back in Potomac. They just came from the Miami trip, which was a disaster, if I can say so. So they're getting back into their regular lives. So Gizelle and Robin are doing their podcast called what's it called? Reasonably Shady. And so we learned that they actually got nominated for NAACP Image Award. So kudos. So Gizelle is planning the twins' birthday party, and the girls just do not want them there, which is normal for 16-year-olds. Because they probably think that she's gonna embarrass them with her fashions. But so Gizelle and Robin bring up Robin and Wendy's moment that they had at the club while they were still in Miami. So of course they had some kind of like kumbaya at the club drunkenly. But Robin, I guess, isn't here for it because honestly, I really don't even, at this point, I really don't know what Robin's deal is. Like, I just feel like Wendy has been trying to make amends with Robin, but Robin just like want to be rowdy this season for whatever reason. Probably because she needs to make sure she get her check renewed for next season. I don't know, but anyway, Robin was like not here for it. But I'm like, this beef has just been going on ever since like Wendy started, I feel. But I really don't even remember the root of it. And I'm sure Robin doesn't either. Like, at this point, what is the issue? So Robin is planning on meeting up with Candace. Because in that same episode, last episode, Candace and Robin got into it as they were leaving that Miami club because Candace was upset by her bringing the speaker on the table, exposing Candace about her IG live moment when she was saying all the girls was fake. So they got into it when they were leaving the club about that. So they're going to meet up later, I guess, to hash out their differences. So next scene, we have Candace and Chris, and they're setting up some tent in the backyard. So Candace has earned her MBA from Howard University, so congrats to her. I really just love the things that are happening in Candace's life right now, like. And so that's what makes me feel like all these allegations toward Chris are just like shots toward her because she's doing so well right now. She has the album, she's doing features with Trina, she got her MBA, she's doing acting, something else. But anyway, so they're setting up a graduation party for her, celebrating her MBA. So Candace mentions to Chris that her period is late, so there's a possibility of pregnancy, but I really don't want her to get too excited so soon before she even takes a pregnancy test. I'm like, girl, just hold off for 1 second, just wait, just be patient. So we move on to Karen, and baby, Karen knows how to bite someone's idea. Oh my goodness, that Karen Huger. So she's planning on hosting a live show, just like Gizelle and Robin are doing with their podcast. But I'm like, Karen, what are you hosting a live show about? Like, you don't even have a podcast, a show at all. Like, what is making you turn this way, do this type of event? It just doesn't even seem like her lane to me, but anyway, but Karen did this same thing when Wendy brought up, was this last season, Wendy wanted to do the candle line, and then lo and behold, now Karen has a 3-wick candle in her La Dame brand. I'm like, Karen, you be biting these folks' idea. And she did make mention of it when she was meeting with her assistant or whoever he is. She was like, yeah, Robin and Gizelle are doing a live show too. And I'm like, girl, the cameras flash back, the production flashed back, and they told you that you was doing a live show. All you had to do, what makes her look shady is because she doesn't, in that same sentence when people reveal what they're doing with her, all she has to do is say, yeah, I'm doing that too. Instead, you wait, and then you pop up with a live show, or you pop up with the candle line. So it makes it look shady. Like, all you have to do when Gizelle said, hey, we're doing a live show for Reasonably Shady. Hey, I'm doing a live show too for I don't even know what it's for. But anyway, I'm like, Karen, you be biting these girls' ideas. So we move on to Wendy and Eddie. They're coming back from Chicago. Wendy had a speaking engagement at, I guess, a university or a college in Chicago. So Wendy still has to have surgery for her kidney stones. And I was like thinking to myself, I'm no health expert, but is that dangerous, leaving kidney stones in your body? How long should she be going with the kidney stones? She done been to Miami and back and Chicago and back, and she still got these kidney stones? I guess they apparently so busy that she hasn't carved out the time to have the surgery. So, child. So Candace and Robin are meeting up for their little chat. So we learned that Robin has a friend or her hairstylist that lost some family members. So Robin is really kind of down and sad at the lunch. So she just wants to squash the drama. She says life is too short for us to be harboring on, you know, this old drama. And I just wish, I'm glad she has that, you know, sentiment, but I wish she would take that over to Wendy. Like, okay, yes, life is too short. So why are you still harboring this resentment toward Wendy? Let it go. So as they're there at the lunch, Candace is saying that she feels like Robin and her were like sisters. And I'm just like, Candace, do not throw that word around so loosely. Like, when was Robin like your sister? I mean, friendly, sure, but sisterly? When did y'all have a sisterly bond? I know she was, you know, she had your back, quote unquote, about that Chris thing with Chris and Giselle, but sisterly? When? I just don't remember them being as sisterly as Candace is saying. Like, I just thought you were like a sister to me. And I'm like, girl, what? When? Ugh. So basically, Candace wants Robin to come directly to her about the IG Live. You know, I said this in my last video. Candace doesn't like these like big group reveals. She thinks that if you are her friend, you need to come to her one-on-one. And then y'all can squash it and hash it out from there, which I agree to. But she has to remember we are filming a TV show, so the drama has to happen. So anyway, and she basically feels like if Robin thought that the post was about her, she should have came to her one-on-one, but technically it wasn't about her, even though at the table she said, yeah, well, you have been a little fake, so kind of was about you. And Robin just wants her to be specific about who she calls out in the group. But while I understand what Robin is saying about her being specific who she calls out, I don't know, I feel like if my friend was saying something and I know that I haven't done anything to said friend, I wouldn't have thought the post was about me anyway. So to me, it feels like Robin is guilty about something if she thought that IG post was about her. Okay, yes, Candace could have been more specific about who she thought was fake and phony, who she thought was unloyal, but I would have never grouped myself in that if I knew I haven't done anything to Candace and we were good and we were sisterly. So, Robin, you had to feel guilty about something if you thought Candace's post was about you at all. So we move on to a scene. Mia's opened another joint chiropractic. Congrats to her, but I am moving on from this scene because I'm not here for Mia right now. So Ashley's meeting up with her uncle and aunt. Apparently, Michael and Ashley have been arguing to the point where Dean has to step in, and I feel like he's only like 1.5, 2. Dean like came in between them yelling stop as they were arguing. So I guess it's getting real heated between them. So Ashley gets emotional. She's, you know, sad about having to raise these kids alone. And you can just tell that her uncle is not here for her. Like the aunt was trying to like console her, like, Ashley, we're here for you, you know. The uncle was just sitting back like, he is not here for either. I know he's not here for Michael. We know that. But he is not here for Ashley's shenanigans either. Like, I feel like he thinks that Ashley is putting on for the camera, which she very, very well may be. But I'm with you, Uncle Lump. I'm not here for it either. Is that his name? Uncle Lump? So, it's the twins' birthday, Giselle's twins, and they look really, really cute for their Super 616. I don't know why I said Super Sweet 16. That's an MTV show, right? Well, they're Sweet 16. So Ian walks in, Pastor Jamal Bryant. And child, I hope the viewers were as unimpressed as I was. Unimpressed. So Giselle has a separate room for the party and a separate room for the adults, which I thought was cute. Jamal and Giselle actually gave really cute speeches. Not even gonna hate. So overall, the party was really cute. Decorations are cute. The girls' dresses were really cute. I'm saying cute a lot. Jamal, bye-bye. Like, you got your 2 seconds on Potomac, but you can go on back to Atlanta. So the next party is Candace's graduation party. And y'all, let me tell you about the shade Miss Dorothy threw. If you didn't catch it. So there was a snake outside in the backyard. And Miss Dorothy was like, I thought Giselle wasn't coming, calling Giselle the snake. I'm like, ooh, Miss Dorothy, you shady girl. And I'm here for it because the way I holler. So Chris and Miss Dorothy are still not on the best terms. They're cordial, I guess. But that has to have caused some strain between Candace and Chris and Candace and her mom. Like, I don't know how they're just ignoring the tension in the air. I don't think Miss Dorothy ever, like, sincerely apologized to Chris for, what did she call him? I guess she was calling him like he was hanging on Candace's coattails or something, like didn't have a real job or something like that, right? She never fully apologized to that. And you can just feel the tension on the screen. So I know the tension in that room had to be thick. Like, So Candace did take a pregnancy test, and then we learned that it is negative, which I was afraid of. I was like, ooh, girl, you getting excited too soon. But, but they're going to keep trying. They're still going to go through the IVF treatments and stuff. So Karen asks Robin, when is the wedding happening? So Robin tells Karen that they're going to do a private event, just the 4 of them. So Juan, Robin, and then their 2 boys are just going to be the ones attending the event. So no other outside guests are going to be there, apparently. So Robin and Wendy finally have a little chat. So, of course, like I mentioned, they had a little kumbaya moment in the club, drunkenly, in the club in Miami. So Robin, I guess, felt slighted because it happened without the other girls present, which I don't really know why that matters, that the other girls weren't present. They were present in the club, but I guess they weren't in the they weren't, privy to the conversation that Robin and Wendy had in the club. And I'm like, y'all were in the club, duh. I'm like, y'all were drunk too, so you wanted Wendy to gather everybody around in the club. Hey, get off the dance floor, come around. Me and Robin are finna talk. Like, girl, stupid. That's so dumb. Anyway, it's just, here is another example of Wendy extending the olive branch, taking accountability for her actions, and Robin sitting there giving crickets. I mean, I'm like, Robin, why are you acting like you are not a guilty party yourself? I cannot stand it. Robin and Mia have taken no accountability this season thus far, and I am sick of it. And I'm like, Wendy, you stop throwing yourself out there trying to be the bigger person. I'm about sick of it. You stop doing it. You hear me? I'm going to fuss at you. Don't do it no more, because these girls are not reciprocating the energy that you're giving. Stop it. I mean, Robin and Mia are really just in the same boat to me, the lame one. I just want there to be a Real Housewives of Memphis, so these Potomac girls will see how their behavior would not fly anywhere else. So Wendy apologized, and Robin didn't even say sorry right off the bat. Wendy was like, are you going to apologize to me? Robin's like, for what? Girl, for what? For what? Robin, you are not innocent. It's really irking my nerves. So she finally just apologized, and Wendy was like, Robin apologized to me. And I'm like, Wendy, stop. Do not do that. I could not stand when she did that. It was so cringy to me. I was like, girl, who is Robin? Girl, you ain't got to be all up her butt telling me something. Oh, Robin apologized to me. That really irks me. Like, girl, Robin is not Queen Sheba over here, okay? Forget her. Ugh. I just did not like that eagerness that Wendy displayed. And Robin's apology was fake as hell. I don't know how Wendy didn't see that. So Candace brings Karen to the side, and she did own up to her comments that she made with Ashley about Karen having a boyfriend on the side, and baby, you know how Candace gonna. I like that Candace owns up to her mistakes, so I'll give it to her. But she know how to conjure up a emotion for sure. But she owned up, and Karen was like, you know, she's gonna move forward. I still think there's some truth to it, because Karen was on defense mode in Miami when they said something about her having a boyfriend on the side. I'm like, ooh, Karen, you got real rowdy, girl. So Ray thinks that Chris needs to apologize for making Giselle feel uncomfortable. And I don't understand why everybody's on Giselle's side when it comes to this Chris and Giselle situation. I personally don't think Chris needs to apologize. I'm like, why does everybody have to apologize to the Green Eye Bandits? We had Wendy over here just apologizing to Robin. Now we got Ray telling Chris that he needs to apologize to Giselle. And I'm like, goodness gracious, who are these ladies? Why does everybody have to cater to them? Anyway, to me, if Giselle was uncomfortable being in the room with a married man, which I do understand, it was a hotel room. Again, the optics don't look good, right? I understand why she would be uncomfortable being alone in a room with a married man. However, all she had to do was say to Chris, hey, my glam team isn't in the room. Can we meet up another time when they are present? That would immediately let Chris know what her boundaries are. Instead, you wanted the man to read your mind, to know that you were going to feel uncomfortable in this situation, because you still invited him back in the room. You still let him in the door, and then decided later on when you felt uncomfortable, hey, you know, can you go see if they're ready for me? You really could have said that, okay, right then. Hey, I'm not comfortable meeting with you. My glam team isn't in the room. Can we meet up another time? Chris, I'm sure Chris would have been pleasant about that. He would have been like, okay, yeah, cool. I completely understand. I just don't think, and please don't think that I'm taking up for Chris. Like, I am a girl's girl, but that's just my perspective on the situation. Like, Giselle had the opportunity to state where her boundaries are. Chris, how does Chris supposed to know what that girl boundary is? How? You the one who said you're uncomfortable. You the one who noticed your glam team wasn't present, so you could have made the decision not to meet with Chris. And I think he would have been okay with that. Child, the girls, the Green Eye Bandits plus Mia give me a headache. Anyway, so that was the episode. All in all, I rated a 5.5. It was pretty chill since they were coming back from the mess of a trip in Miami. But that is all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all next week.